All right. So, let me make sure we got everything running here. Yep, today we're going to be playing some, we're going to be playing some chess. We're actually going to start off by, okay. So we're going to start off by playing one of my 900 rated friends today, because I think that'd be a bit instructive. So, hello, but first let's get some music going. There we go. All right, this is currently a daily game that I'm playing against one of my 900 friends. Yeah, this is a friend of mine that I'm playing. Oh, yep, he already sent me the challenge. Sweet. All right. Yeah, this is how we're gonna start. We're gonna start off by playing. I don't want to say his real name, but I'm just gonna. His username is Murderman, so that's what we're calling him. And yeah, we're gonna start off. Do this, and then we're gonna play some 1800 ELO chess. All right, so this is the opening I like to go for a lot. Knight of 3, and the best move for white after d5 is to just play c4, transition into a queen's gambit declined. Oftentimes you can get a really big center like this. So he took with a knight, good move, but I'm just going to kick his knight back now. I got 2 pawns in the center, he's gonna go back, and yeah, it's looking good for me. I can play d5 sometimes. Now that move is a blunder. Mostly because I could just take his bishop, or my bishop takes his knight, which I will do. You don't want to. You can't destroy an army with one horse. Oopsie, he said oopsie. Yes, big oopsie. Okay, that was a good move. Despite the knight blunder, he's playing all right. I'm tempted to move up with my pawn here, attack his knight, but I just want to develop first. I suppose he could take, and then take the pawn. That's a good move, stopping me from playing d5. What do I want to do here? I suppose I'll just pin his knight as well. I can always trade off at some point, since I'm up a knight, so I would like to trade. Alright, he pins my knight. We're having a pintastic day, aren't we? I could just take and double up his pawns, and I need to trade anyway, so I think I'll do that. And then I want to castle, because castle is important. Yeah, I'll just castle. He might be able to win a pawn. Like, if he takes, I'm just gonna take with the queen, give up the pawn. It's more important. King safety is more important. I can win if we just keep my king safe and I just trade and don't blunder anything. He's probably gonna castle as well. No. Yeah, he just castled. Good move. So, alright, so I want to develop the rest of my pieces and also get out of any annoying pins like this. So how do I want to get out of that pin? It would be nice if I could just force the bishop away, but it's just going to go back. And if I play g4, my king structure is my king defense is a bit weird, so kind of might just have to live with that pin for a bit. Unless I play queen d3, then I can move the knight freely. And if he takes it, then I can just take back. So, queen d3, c5's a bit annoying, but I just attack the bishop with this, so let's go for that. Oh, he said, I didn't notice. It probably won't be worth my time to learn already, so you just stop wrecking me as bad. The ready opening is honestly, the thing is, it's not like it's one of a kind. I mean, there's many openings similar to that. Alright, he takes. I'm giving up this pawn, but yeah, that's fine. I'm up a knight, so. And it gives me an open file for my rook. So, more than happy. I could have taken this pawn actually, but it's a double isolated pawn. I can always capitalize on a weakness later. And queen goes there. What do we want to do? We could get some of these ideas. Do we want to do that? I actually like kind of like queen g3 because it doubles up on this pawn now. And now it takes it, and I also create the threat of going here, and mate, and after this, like, the best way to defend is like g6, and then we just take the rook. Yeah, he just sees this threat, but now we win the rook. That's an interesting, what's the word? Wishinzug little move there. So I can't take back with the queen because then he takes my bishop. However, it would be fun to, like, I could just like do a little rook lift as well, try to attack with the rook, but I don't need to make it crazy. If you're already winning, don't need to make it crazy. Just don't need to make it exciting. Just win. It'd actually be a pretty safe pre-move to pre-move this, but you never know. You never know when your opponent will mouse flip this, and yeah. Guess the rook dies. Yes, sir. I'm currently thinking, like, can I get my queen there? Is there a faster mate? But the thing is, like, if I go, like, queen here, there's f6, stopping it. And also attacking my queen, so after I move so, like, if I go here, f6, I move my queen, then his rook escapes. Or probably here, which is better. But if I go here, f6 doesn't come with a threat, so then I can take his rook afterwards. So yeah, let's go. He doesn't have any counterplay at the moment, right? So like here, he moves the rook. I go here. Sure, he can trade the rooks. Yeah. Oh wait, actually. Even if he goes here, takes, take as mate. But, yeah. But, I mean, he could go here, but it still walks into mate. The best move here is, like, is f6, since it doesn't let me mate him just yet. I think this was actually a really good move. This was a really good move, because after f6, or no, after here, f6. Interesting. Oh, well, as I was saying, here, f6 takes, Probably rook takes to defend f6, and after rook here, it's kind of hard for him to. I'm attacking real good here. He has to like play like h5 to stop any big threats. He moves the queen there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. He doesn't move the rook. He doesn't stop the mate. But yeah, I mean, I could almost pre-move this. Stream seems to be running good. Okay, yeah. Seems stream is running okay. What did I think queen takes c3 would work here? I guess it defends g7. Yeah, it does defend g7, just at the cost of the queen. Queen, I can type. Queen. Yes. Correct. Yeah, he can hold on here with that move since, like, after I can't immediately checkmate him here, and after I take, he can play f6 and hold on. Yeah, there's the f6. Should have played that a lot earlier. Alright, honestly, I'm considering this, but then it's just this, and he holds on. You can still win. He can still win. You are up on time. Yeah. Oh, I was literally thinking I should not play this move because he can move the rook here, or he can move the rook. Oh well. Alright, let's go. Is here mate? Because how does he stop this? Yeah, I think that's mate. As a matter of fact, it's even a safe pre-move. Yeah. Good game. GG's. Alright. Let's see if he wants one more. I'd like to play one with white. Alright. Rematch. We could game review, but yeah, there we go. Alright, e4. Alright, so is this rated? Okay, yeah, this is unrated. So usually I don't play knight c3 here. I play f5. I like to go for the Latvian. It's very fun. But when I'm playing unrated, I just like to play to this. Now, he has actually been practicing the Evans Gambit, so yeah, I'm gonna let him play the Evans Gambit. Alright, well, let's go back here. You know, this one I'm gonna give him I'm gonna see if he can manage to get the win here. Alright, I'm gonna see if he can get the win. Can he beat me with his opening theory? Evans Gambit. Here's defense. Alright. I could take a pawn here. Alright, you know? He's gambiting 3 pawns here. You know? I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go all in. Alright, I think there's some bishop takes f7 ideas. Queen b3. How are we gonna Obviously, I'm gonna defend f7 now. How do I want to do this? I'm thinking queen e7. Knight a6 just looks... At first it looks fine, but then after this... Still need to steady this one a little bit more. Yeah. But I'm hoping he wins this one. I'm gonna see if he can do it. No, I'm gonna give him an advantage here. I'm gonna let him takes. It's obviously not a good move. It was probably like queen d. It was probably like queen e7 or queen f6 that was best here, but yeah, he does that. Of course, I'm gonna take back. Now I go here. Sure what the best move here is. It's not knight takes pawn because, or knight takes c3 because after bishop takes, you can't take back because this hangs, which she does. Queen's a little overloaded there. Get rid of that. Yeah, I don't think the Evans Gambit blunders a piece. I don't think the Evans Gambit blunders a bishop. A little scary. Takes. It is kind of scary, but I think it's fine. The only bad thing here for me is that my king's a bit exposed. But shouldn't be too big of an issue. I can always defend it with my queen, bishop, and the rooks. The rooks are going to get involved soon. Didn't see that check. I don't want to go back since he just takes again with check. What can I do? Can't go here. Don't want to go here. Actually, maybe here. Here defends the pawn. And I think he's out of checks. Yeah, I think he's out of checks here. Bishop here. Queen here. Can't go here. The pawn covers this. So I'm not very good at drawing arrows, so apologies if that's a little annoying for you, viewer. Alright, he is... this is a good move because he's noticing that he's down a knight and a pawn, but so he's gotta go for a quick knockout here if he wants a chance. How am I gonna respond? Let's try to engage a queen trade at some point. Help if I could raise the mic volume up a bit. That's something I'll consider. Okay. Let me turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Is that... I think it's a bit higher like this. Is this better? I'm gonna hope that's better. The bishop sacrifice is actually the mittens variation. I love that. I love that. Alright. Okay. Let's offer a queen trade here. How do I want to do this? This is probably... I think this might be good. Good. Queen here might be good, but... Actually, I don't know. I don't think this is good because then I have this. Actually, then I use this, so... I honestly really just need to get safety. You were supposed to take, and hang mates. I should have hung mates. I should have hung mates. To be honest, let's just go. I would love to run my king over to this side of the board, honestly, in a dream world, but it just, with these two pawns, it feels impossible, so I might, so honestly, I feel like my best bet is to hide on h8. However, I don't want to make things, I said I'm not going to make things too easy on him, but I'm going to do the hard thing for myself. This also prevents, actually, king here actually prevents queen check. Don't do those as much. I do know how to kind of play against 900s, but 1800s don't do those as much. Is thunder enough 7? Okay. Alright, he's playing good. He's sacrificing a pawn to open up my king. Very good from him. Good play. It's actually a good move because I can't even take it with, like, of course, a trade of queens. No, taking here, he's got to, I mean, here is a bit iffy because he's got to activate the other rook at some point. You should have played, like, G4 here because it's all or nothing at this point. Gonna consider running my king for a second, but then he has mate. I meant to do that. Actually, if I go here, queen check, go king here. My king's in the center of a board, so let's see if he can figure it out. Let's first see if he can find this check. Second, see if he can mate a king in the center of the board. Normally here, I would play rook g1 maybe. Actually, no, rook g1 is a blunder. Alright, he saw that move. This is a nightmare of a position for me, honestly. I would rather not have the position in a game. I would rather lose when I'm down 18 points of material rather than lose when I'm up 4 points of material. Okay. He's just eating all my pawns. I mean, good play. I mean, giving a check, forcing me to further away from the rest of my powerful pieces. Alright, now let's see. If I go here, he has check. I have to go here, then mate. So, I have to go here. And does he have a safe check? He has this. Alright. Best move here is queen check there. Then after if blocks, he takes. And if I go here, mate. Alright. I think he'll get it. There you go. It's mate and one from here. You can't mess this up. There you go. No, let's game review this last game. Let's see. Alright, let's see how we did. Alright, this is all book. Alright. Yep, and then of course I played that, which was not good. And he blundered a knight there, or bishop there. I am winning. Yeah, of course that was a blunder. It's that. And of course I go here, and he manages to chase my king away. Finds the mates. Very nice by him. Say hi. He played like a 2000. Interesting. Good for him. 100% opening accuracy and 80% middle game. I think that's being a bit generous for blundering a knight, but I mean, he did play really good. Alright. Now, time for an actual 10-minute game. Or playing no more. So, 1800 level chess. Alright. So this is a ready opening. It's one of my favorite openings, Ready Gambit. Advanced variation is my least favorite of the variations, of what they do here, but gotta get used to it. I usually play g3 here if you encounter the bishop. Another line is b4, trying to get to take up queenside space, but I haven't looked to study that at all, and I've always played it like this, so now I can't unlearn it. I know that's a great mindset to usually have. Usually I want to play e3, trade off this pawn, and also I want to trade off this. He's trying to queenside castle. Interesting. He wants to play aggressively here. Oh. If he wants queenside castle, he could, but I'm going to go ahead and start playing a3 to prepare b4 to attack his king. There he is. Made his move on our daily game. Alright, so go ahead and rush forward with the pawns, his knight moves, and I don't even have that great of development right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and castle. You might play this, trying to get rid of this bishop, which is a lot of the times people try to trade off this bishop when it's not that important, but it is actually a good idea to trade off here. Actually, wait. Here. Take. No. I'm speaking gibberish. I want to keep a center locked since I want to attack him. But. How do I want to do this? Let's do that. I like this because it goes here and this. After takes, his kingside pawn structure is quite weak. Play queen a4 and start munching on pawns. He goes back. That's a good move, in my opinion. I don't like that I'm attacking despite my poor development. This knight and bishop aren't developed, but I don't quite see a good way to develop them. Like maybe this and this. And this bishop, oftentimes I don't like this bishop when playing this, my dark sword bishop when playing the advanced variation, because usually the best thing to do is like whenever they play knight f6, you go here and trade it off. Maybe we should just go do this. Yeah. Let's go here, prepare to... Actually... I don't know. You know what, we've somewhat developed a knight, it's a good enough excuse to push a pawn. Good enough excuse. Is there a way for him to... It is not the easiest thing in the world to find a direct way forward. So, let's imagine this bishop can't take here. So if I could play c4 and then maybe or c5 and then here, here, here. Okay, if I can move this pawn up at some point. So let's play Queen c2 to prepare c5. I really want to blast open his the queen side. See, sometimes I like to flip the board and look at it from my opponent's perspective. Because if I'm looking at the king side, it's kind of hard to find a way to break through this to my king right now, but my king, I would be a little bit scared about my situation over here if I was black. So I think it is better for me here. I think we're just going to continue to go out with a plan with c5. And then we're going to play c6. And we're going to play c6. And then we're going to take here. And then we're going to take the king, make a queen. And then, yeah, then we're going to just proceed to take the rest of his pieces after we take his king. That's the plan. Alright, he is starting to launch his pawns. No, I think my attack lands first, though, because this, if takes, queen takes. That just can't be good for him, right? Can go here, attack the knight, and then he doesn't want to open files. That's the point. Yeah, he takes. It's just not the way to play here. But alright. You're gonna give me the open file, I'll take it. Actually, wait, after here, he has bishop here, which is kind of annoying. Can I move my knight to this strong square? Here, he might try to trade it off. Knight here to reinforce it, maybe. Yeah. I like that. Isn't serving a role. Not serving a role anyway. Actually, well, wait a minute. Is this? I'm literally just now noticing that, like this. So, literally any knight move can attack his queen. I think this is actually very, very good for me. If I was black, how would I? It says that as the more I look at the more it looks bad for black. But yeah. I'm thinking rook b1, b1, rook b1, making queen b3. What else do I want? What else other ideas? Moving this knight literally anywhere to let the bishop roam. Something I need to think about is if I do happen to go all in, his king might go to d7. And I don't want that. So I'm gonna stop that. I'm not sure. Was he trying to go for this maybe? He might be going for that. No F. B3 here, takes. I can move this knight anywhere. I also could just go ahead and play rook b1, threaten that knight. Let's just go ahead and play rook b1. Goes there. Now, trying to think if this does much. Okay, I also gotta worry about time. Okay, so. Here. Yeah. Sure. Get the queen close to the king. I need to stop taking so long. I'm gonna run out of time. So maybe I just let him take. Maybe I move this to let him take the rook. I 100% am missing something. I don't know what to do. I should have taken it. Let's go here. This. Okay, every second counts now. But you know what? People do this in bullets, so. Okay. He's just gonna trade because he's down material and here, attack that. He's gonna go queen there, then let's go here. Looks like a strong square. Jacob has the bishop with 18. Murderman's texting me again, but kind of in the middle of a situation here. Okay. No time to think, honestly. If takes, takes. So let's bring on that. Here. Attack the knight. Open up the rook. I just want to play knight b5. Well, one of the drawbacks of playing with no time increment is when you're with the one with 33 seconds, it's not very good. Square I can find. Okay, there's no mate. It's the knight defends. But he plays this. That's his plan. Now I kind of have to go in line. Actually, wait, if he goes here, then I can sort of trap his queen. Unless, yeah. Gotta cut it off. Then, yeah, then he has knight here. He just sacks the rook. Okay. Nice find by him. I should just resign here, honestly. Yeah, no point in wasting time. It's a strong tireless game review. I don't have to. I do game review most of the time. He got a brilliant move. Good for him. I think that rook sacrifice that was brilliant. Alright, bishop f5 b4. I usually don't see that often. I'm surprised I don't know about this. Oh, like... I should have played... I was thinking queen here, but it's like, usually you don't want to do that most of the time. He really wants me to play queen a4. Okay, I was right, as in this was a much better position for me. But I didn't quite figure out how to do it. This was the best move? Okay, of course you don't show what happens, but I see it, because after takes, he has to move the queen, and then I take, that's a free bishop. But then again, I am opening up lines on my king, so which is actually I thought was a mistake actually. I should have just taken traded rooks. Makes sense. Queen f5 makes sense. I traded rooks when I shouldn't have. I played there when I shouldn't have. Okay, in my defense, time pressure. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's see. I'm hoping the mic is better, yeah. But, yeah, alright. Let's keep going. Let's play another game. Most of my opponents haven't played before. Hopefully don't get in advance this time. That's something I'm usually fine with. I like to play like b3 here and get out this bishop. A lot of times when I see an early bishop attack on the knight, what I love doing is to move the knight forward to attack the bishop. It's counterintuitive, but you just don't see it often. Wait. Bogle variation. You learn something new every day. And yeah, there's a mouse flip every day as well. I mean, why are you stopping e6? You know. You do you, but I'm no one to judge who, maybe Hikaru would love this move. But I just don't think it's a good idea to block your pawn like this. Let's go bishop e2. Something's not right here. Something's not right here. I feel like I'm getting ideas of e3 because if takes, check, bishop blocks. This guy. Okay, this isn't a good plan. So I'm pretty sure that pawn was hanging. But now it's not. He's gonna castle queenside, anticipate me castling kingside, and attack me again. And it's kind of like last game, where I'm running low on time. Yeah, castles. I want to play here because look at my pawn structure. So you can see how my pawns are kind of pointed this way. That means I'm going to attack this on this side of the board. Pins the knight. Honestly, I'm considering no castling this game. Not castling this game. I want to play b4, b5. But first, I think I have to develop my knight. I think going here is best because it defends this knight. So if he ever takes, I can just take with this knight because I want to keep my queen ready for her to go on this side of the board. He's playing this anticipating that I'm going to move my bishop and castle this way. Oftentimes why castle into the attack is usually my mindset. Usually the engine disagrees and says I should castle into the attack, and I don't quite understand it sometimes, but guess we're gonna have to trust it. I want to go a4, but then he has queen a5, and I don't really like that he can pin this knight. let's play b5 instead. Opposite. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but opposite castling is when you get these crazy pawn attacks, or crazy attacks a lot. Now we're gonna play a4. What is this? Look like we're black. It looks a bit weird that we're attacking, like, that he's attacking when my king is in the king side, when my king is still in the center. He's trying to go e5, e4 here to win a knight, but honestly, I'm thinking, what if I just let him have the knight? Does my attack come fast enough? I don't think it does. Even if I move my queen somewhere to unpin it, then I'm still losing the knight because it's trapped. Yeah, just attack the bishop. Takes. I'll just attack the bishop. I'm not playing my best here because I'm busy narrating what I'm thinking. Yeah, he takes, and if takes here, the center is locked, so I'm free to attack. Honestly, I think maybe G takes was better, but because now he gains a tempo on the knight, but now I have all this free space to attack with my rook, queen, knight, bishop, maybe this other bishop if I can bring it in like this. And if he throws my pieces all this way, my king is over here, not over here. Kind of a big difference. Our king is here, not here, so yeah. If this, then this, it's kind of hard to find a way through. So if I just immediately go here, then here, queen here. Honestly, I want to play here and then here to prevent queen here, so the bishop defends this. The bishop defends a5, so let's do that. Maybe knight b3 would have also done that, but I wanted to save b3 for my queen, so. Takes. I want to keep the center locked. I let him play this. It's bad because now I have to bomb cloud. I'm so bad for not noticing that. I should have noticed that. Well, can I just like try to trade the queens here, maybe? Because this does either force this queen back or a trade. Up this attack, but he still locks the position, so maybe there is something. No, it's even though there's a good chance I'm not gonna checkmate him or win material here, it is good to just this is good just to gain space. think it's just good to open up the king side. It's just intuitive. You know, I was always worried about my development, but his development is also pretty bad as well. Seems a little bit better, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking if you take like this, then rook a6 activates the rook, which is good for me. If he takes like this, then I can take here, king takes, bishop takes, and my pieces are much more active than his. Because also the rook still eyes this file. Also, I have bishop a5 ideas. Seems good. But yeah, like, take, and like imagine he plays a nothing move. You can go here. His rook has to move, attack the rook. It has to move like somewhere. Then I take the knight. Or he defends the rook and I win the exchange. But yeah. Good. Tried to take a sip from a cup to drink some water, but I already drank it all. So gonna have to get more soon. He's taken an awful long time here. I guess I don't really blame him, but got a 3 minutes compared to 5 minutes. Bishop there. Interesting. So I'm thinking takes, king takes, takes, king takes. Honestly, I think it might just be best to defend this pawn for now. But then this bishop is blocked. That might have been a good move by him. You know, but just take care for now with check. King takes. Maybe I push. And wait. Maybe I do push, yeah. Because if it takes, then that looks really good. Go for it. I can't spend too much time thinking. Even if he does take this one, these two are defended. Oh wait, I can't play here because like here, position's starting to open up. I think he has to take here, and then because this pawn could create some threats of promoting if it lives too long. This is some ideas of here, maybe place move because after this, starting this, and then I have to go here. Oh, I'll switch to a different one. No, we gotta go back to the right. Same. Okay, back to the right one. Alright, playing. Someone started playing different. Yeah. Wait a minute. Add attacks tonight. Maybe to defend is. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Very little time. Yeah. Okay. Activate this. I'm gonna go rook here. Next move. What do we do? What do we do? Let's go here. Alright, I'm threatening this winning on 9. Trying to play quickly to make me panic. I'm also threatening this check winning a fork. Okay. I think this wins a I. So here. Now this knight is also pinned. So here. I'm freaking out right now. Opposite color bishop endgame. This is drawn. This is drawn, except for the fact that I have 23 seconds on the clock. So let's do what we can. To be honest, I think I've got a fortress set up. This king can't enter. He can't force my king to move, and his king can't pass any of this, so as long as I... Yeah, this is drawn. Oh, wait. Alright, yeah, this is a draw now. The bishop is defended. Oops. Yeah, this is a draw, mostly because opposite color bishop endgame. Opposite color bishop endgames are very drawn, but also his king can't find any way forward, and his bishop can't really do anything since everything's on the light square. So I just gotta move my bishop back and forth, and yeah, draw. And if I had less than 5 seconds, then this would be a draw because 50 move rule, but I have 12 seconds, so I can draw this. I've probably done it at least 50 times now. There we go. Draw by 50 move rule. let's get a short game review of this. Alright, a bit of... I wonder what this big flat line is. Apparently I have a better accuracy than my opponent. It was a very fairly balanced game, though. That was a good move, apparently. Why was this not a good move? What did the computer want? It wanted B4. I just want to go with B4. B4, bishop E2. Okay. I guess it just wanted to activate other pieces or get more aggressive. Knight C3 was also an option. Okay. But now, okay. It thinks I'm just too slow. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, I figured G takes is probably better. But bishop C3 was bad. It just went ahead B5 immediately. I was a little bit worried about this, but then... Yeah, of course, this is just much better for me. Paranoia got me a bit. Why is this a blunder? Why? Because of B takes this, A takes, King takes. Oh wait, no, King stands in front and uses it as an umbrella pawn. Rook takes, Queen check, E1. I missed it, offered a queen trade. He accepts. Gosh, it really wanted me to take here, but I felt like I needed to break through faster. Okay, A6 was a good move. What was it? I just had to take. And then rook takes. Bishop takes. Knight B3. Why is it +4 here? I mean, I suppose the king is kind of in a mating net. Oh yeah, because this is a really big threat, honestly. Okay, I didn't. Maybe I should have seen that, but in my defense, 2 minutes on the clock. That's a good move. Playing inaccurately. It wanted rook H. It wanted the rook to go here instead. Makes kind of sense. Why is that a mistake? What did it want? It wanted rook F5. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, yeah, I figured that was a mistake. Let's do one more game, and then we're gonna call it a day. Alright. Why did I play... Why did I play D4? I always play C4. I always love moving my knight up when they attack like this. They go back here again. Okay, you know, I'm not making the same. I'm gonna go with this, so I'm not gonna let them play F6 this time. Surely there's something that they're doing wrong here. bishop takes. Surely there's something here. Maybe like this takes. In here, he just takes. Just take, I guess. I don't want to trade off this bishop, though. Someone's telling me to go to e2 instead of b3. Okay. Now I lock my bishop in. This bishop in, so isn't that wonderful? I don't. He can take and then create a weakness on c3, which I don't like. So let's go here. Maybe I do. I'm gonna take the pawn because then it opens up the queen. Yeah, let's do this. To take my knight. Oh, he does. He actually takes. Go here, activate the rook, put on the open file. Doesn't that just blunder this? Like I'm attacking his queen and the rook. And I get to trade off my bad bishop for a rook. That's like the dream, honestly. Okay, let's prepare to double on the c-file. I thought he can't play knight here because the bishop occupies that square, but oh well. No, that was an inaccuracy. Probably. Here, he can trade if he wants. I'd also like to... I've noticed that I can handle rook against bishop, but rook against a knight is much more difficult. Is something that I've noticed. So, I'm honestly want to trade off that knight. If he goes back somewhere, then I'll trade one pair of rooks. Yeah, I'm just taking. I do not want that knight. Let's trade one pair of rooks. And then we are going to... he's gonna go here probably, and then trade the queens. And from here, we just win the end game. And he resigns. That was a good game. He just blundered the exchange, and then I just traded off to the end game. 94 accuracy. 94.5 accuracy. That's really good. We both played really good. 100% endgame accuracy. Let's go. All right. 95. That was actually the best move. Nice. E3 was not good. Trade. Bishop here, I knew that was probably bad. It wanted me to exchange. It wanted me exchange my only good bishop that's on the opposite colored of pawns, and also really active bishop for that whatever the heck this is. Okay. Middle game was pretty good. He takes, which was not good, of course. That was a blunder, obviously, because of this. And of course that was an inaccuracy, or I didn't think that was inaccurate. I think that was okay, but I guess it just because it didn't impact position much. Finally trade this off here, trades, and that. Yeah, just a win from here. Yeah, that was a good game. You know, we've got a loss, a draw, and a win. I think that's a pretty balanced for today. Hope you all enjoyed watching. Yeah, the stream's about over. We'll try to fix the mic. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, we will be playing some more next Thursday. Hope to see you all again, and that's it for today.